Good evening and welcome. My name is Stephen Chase, and I am Benchmark class of 2006. Benchmark has transformed my life by providing me with the confidence and skills to triumph over my learning challenges. Benchmark has allowed me to thrive in difficult learning environments, to be a self-advocate, and to identify and speak to the ways in which I learn best. Benchmark is a family. There's a lot of family here tonight. And it's a family that has allowed me to come back and to continue to be part of what makes Benchmark special.
My name is Kaya Young, class of 2022. Benchmark has transformed. Benchmark has transformed me by turning me into a more flexible thinker and capable of going with the flow when it comes to my work. I have learned that not everything will go as planned when it comes to my reading, writing, and math, and that is okay. I have strategies to deal with the uncertainty, which will definitely help me with my patients when I eventually become a pediatrician.
My name is Blake Fox, and I'm a Benchmark alumnus from the class of 2017. Benchmark has transformed me into a more independent person and a better self-advocate. When I came to Benchmark in first grade, I was an anxious kid who did not have the self-confidence to participate in class. Yet throughout my 8 years at Benchmark, I became a better student in reading and writing comprehension, self-advocacy, and managing my emotions. Because of those critical skills that Benchmark helped me develop, I will be attending Wesleyan University in the fall and eventually plan on becoming a lawyer, hopefully working in the federal judiciary.
My name is McKenna Black. I am Benchmark class of 2023. Benchmark has transformed me in countless ways. Before I started at Benchmark, teachers focused on what I couldn't do. Then in third grade, I started at Benchmark, where I met teachers that gave me the confidence to believe in myself as a student. I learned reading, writing, vocabulary, and fluency tools. I learned how to advocate for myself. Now in 7th grade, I am a house captain and a mini-thon leader. Benchmark also gave me the flexibility to be in an advanced math class. While I still have 1 year left here, I am confident that I will be prepared for the world beyond Benchmark.
Hi, my name's Paul Schemp. I'm class of 96. When I think about Benchmark, it makes me think of a quote, and I'm going to start with that. Helen Keller said, "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence." Optimism, hope, and confidence describes how Benchmark transformed me. If you had met Paul Schemp, third grader, and there are people in this room who have, and will remain nameless, by the way, you would not see the Paul Schemp of tonight. I did not realize what I had actually gotten from Benchmark. The optimism, confidence, that left me to, propel myself into high school, college, and everything beyond that, and all the experience that come with it. And still, that optimism, hope, and confidence that Benchmark provided me all those years ago, that enable me to continue in my adventure.
My name is Nora Mehta, class of 2022, and Benchmark has transformed me over the past 6 years by teaching me to focus better, increasing my confidence, improving my organization, advocating for myself, learning how to read and write, and much, much more. As I get closer to graduation, Benchmark has made me a better person and getting me ready for life. Even though I'm a bit nervous about graduating in a couple of weeks and going to high school, I know wherever I go, I will be successful if I use my resources and the strategies that Benchmark has taught me.
My name is Mary Catherine, class of 2008. Benchmark transformed me by helping me understand who I am as a person and a learner, recognizing that I am not the only one who learns differently, that there is a whole school of different learners with teachers who are prepared and ready to teach us for who we are. Teachers like Dr. Irene Gaskins, whose tenacity built Benchmark. Teachers like Dr. Rob Gaskins, breaking down the information into 2-column notes. Teachers like Mr. Reichard, showing me how to be a leader and how to leave a lasting impact on students. Benchmark provides students with strategies for life, and most importantly, strategies to be self-advocates. Benchmark had the key to unlock my full potential and the potentials of countless others then, now, and for years to come. My BMK words to live by: B, believe in yourself. M, measure yourself against your goals, not others' standards. And K, kind-hearted in every way.
Hi, my name is Luke Malewski, Benchmark class is 2023, and this school has transformed me. This school has transformed me by giving me the confidence to ask questions on subjects I didn't feel comfortable asking in front of other people before I came to Benchmark. This has helped my self-advocacy in the classroom, and I'll be able to use this skill in high school and college. I'm very grateful that Benchmark encouraged me and my curiosity.
Hi, my name is Connor McGowan, class of 2024. Benchmark has transformed me into an amazing reader. When I was at my old school, I had to get up at 5 o'clock just to be tutored by someone and then go to school after. It was a nightmare. After my first day at Benchmark, I immediately came home and told my mom thank you for letting me go to a school where they teach how I learn. The skills I've learned here will help me get into a good college like an SEC school.
Hi, my name is Devin Cosgrove, and I am Benchmark class of 2010. Benchmark has transformed me by allowing me to see I was capable of learning in a way no other school could show me. Diagnosed with a learning difference at a young age, I was never given the proper encouragement to believe I would amount to anything in life. I constantly felt the need to apologize for who I was and my learning difference. A label, that is the learning difference, I constantly was seen as an outcast, or at least I felt that way. But as the founder, Dr. Irene Gaskins, once told me, labels are for jelly jars. Just because your child attends Benchmark with a diagnosed learning difference does not mean it will be their entire identity or that this difference will hinder their possibility for success. In fact, it sets you up to overcome almost anything. The labels are for jelly jars, in all its simplicity, is a guiding principle of how Benchmark empowers learners. Benchmark School has made me into the person I am today, someone who can do anything they set their mind to, because a community believed I could.
Hello, parents and staff. My name is Astra Davis, and I'm the class of 2022. I started school here at Benchmark in 2nd grade and now finishing off in 8th. Benchmark has transformed me in a way that I could never imagine. I went from a school that could not provide me with the help that I needed for my different learning style to joining Benchmark, where I was able to let go and be myself. I was able to learn strategies like advocating for myself and truly learning who I am as a learner. This self-awareness will help me during high school, next year, and every year after. For all the great teachers that supported me and the friends that helped me who are not here, I just want to say that I could never imagine myself doing this well in school. Thank you for believing in me and believing that I can be great. Now I am.
I don't know how to follow that. I am Chris Hancock, head of school, and in an attempt to follow their lead of our students and alumni just now, I offer you that Benchmark has already transformed my notion of what excellent teaching looks like, what a caring community can mean to a young learner, and how we collectively can truly make possible the previously unimaginable. And so I am excited to celebrate with you tonight. And first, I want to welcome our current families, our past and present trustees, alumni families, past and present faculty and staff, Benchmark's friends, and our professional partners who have joined us to celebrate tonight and help support this evening. Especially our 50th anniversary sponsor, Morgan Lewis, our platinum sponsor, Fiduciary Trust, our diamond sponsor, The Camera Shop, our gold sponsor, Brock, and the many other individuals and companies who contributed to tonight's gathering. Speaking of thank yous, this evening simply would not have been possible if it weren't for the Herculean efforts of our Director of Development, Louise Hanshu, Assistant Director of Development and Marketing, Steph Frayne, as well as our Director of Marketing Communications, Alice Callison, as well as many Benchmark faculty and staff. Now we can clap, all right? Thank you. Thank you as well to our event planners, Karen Homer and Fred Stein, and the legion of people and companies they rallied to help us put this entire event together. And certainly a thank you to our parents and our families who also stepped up to volunteer beyond what anyone could reasonably have hoped for, many of whom were working up until the very last minute setting stuff up. I'm not even sure how they made it home to change, shower, and come back, but they did. And just many roles, including all of the members of our Gala committee, each of the names you can see in your programs tonight. Thank every single one of you. And still, a special thanks is due to our 50th anniversary chair, who's a past parent and a former board chair, Amy Peterson, Amy steadily guided us through all of our 50th anniversary events, which span not 1 but 2 years during the pandemic. And of course, our incredible co-chairs for this particular gala, Liz Blum and Amanda Bruno. The number of meetings they attended and the hours they spent planning, I'm not sure what our Zoom license max for hours on that was, but we sure tested the limits. It's just truly remarkable, so thank you. And lastly, but certainly not least, I want to acknowledge our 6 middle school students and our 5 alumni who shared their voices with us tonight. It is, and I think I speak for everyone in this room, truly inspiring to hear you talk about your own incredible transformation. We led with your voices tonight to remind everyone what we're really here to celebrate. Fortunately, as the head of school, I knew that was going to happen. I knew the students and alumni were going to be here and say those things, and so I've had time to reflect in advance on their comments and our theme tonight of transformation. And naturally, the first thing that comes to mind when one thinks of transformation could be the metamorphosis of a butterfly. We've talked about it quite a bit in the planning of this event. You've seen the imagery on your invitations, in the promotions in front of the school, and again here tonight on your paddles, which we hope to see very high, fluttering about throughout the evening. And that transformation is beautiful. But as I reflected more, I realized that, well, the metamorphosis of a butterfly is a useful shorthand for what happens here at the school. The kind of transformation we are recognizing tonight is merely not some inevitable process. When you look at how this school was built, what it is today, and what we aspire to become for the next 50 years, there's an additional ingredient in the process of transformation here at Benchmark. And I believe it's courage. Real human courage. The kind of courage that E.E. Cummings talks about as what it takes to grow up and become who you really are. Benchmark certainly has done that. We've grown into and will remain a preeminent leader in education because of that abiding courage. In fact, everywhere you look at Benchmark, every nook, every cranny, every person, every student, you see real human courage. We see courage in the faces of the parents who visit us for the first time wondering, could this be the place where my child may finally grow, connect, succeed? We ask it of our students every single day, that they have the courage to try new things, the courage to see themselves differently than when they arrived, and the courage to be transformed. Of course, we see courage in Benchmark's founder, Irene Gaskins, and her lifelong, unwavering, yes. And her lifelong, unwavering commitment to our students. And some of you may know this about Irene, but in the early 60s, she, as a young teacher, was asked to teach struggling readers in a resource room. And as the year progressed, it became readily apparent that the instructional model being used, and the same model found in public schools across the country, and by and large isn't so different today, was not meeting the students' needs. And in that moment, she devoted her life to identifying the most effective research-based practices for teaching students who learn differently. And in 1970, at a time when the field of education was just beginning to formulate an idea of what it then called learning disabled, Irene opened a school where students could feel enabled to meet success not only at Benchmark, but in life beyond. She was propelled by her vision, as well as the hard work, energy, and expertise of a core group of passionate and gifted individuals, many of whom are in the room tonight. It began as a simple dream in a church basement, and what it took for us to get from there to here, from then to now, was courage. And we certainly see courage in her son, Dr. Rob Gaskins, who guided Benchmark through a new era of innovation for 12 years after Irene retired. And tonight, although he cannot be with us, Rob continues to be an example of courage to us all. We see courage in those members of our community who helped build Benchmark into what it is today, from those donors who made it possible in the early years that this school could actually find a home here, erect facilities, and shape the ground so that we all may benefit today, to those who gave what they simply could afford so that a little bit of financial aid could be provided for another family in need so another student could be transformed. These members of our community, and frankly, I'm speaking to everyone here tonight, has had faith in Benchmark, in the courage to invest in our school, in our kids, and in our teachers. In our teachers. There is real courage. The courage it has taken to show up day in and day out over the last 2 years especially, because it was always crystal clear to them what was at stake for our young learners. The courage to dedicate their lives to these amazing children, the courage to help a family and a child through some of their most challenging and uncertain times, the courage to know, to believe in, to truly see, and to embrace every learner in their classroom, the courage to meet children precisely where they are, and then show them where they can go. So teachers, staff members, and those of you who have worked here before, but have returned tonight to celebrate, I want you to please stand right now. Stand so that we can honor and celebrate you for your courage, frankly, without which we would not be here today. Please stand. So, a year later than we hoped, I'm thrilled to be able to celebrate with you this evening Benchmark's 50th anniversary. Let's celebrate your courage, our student and alumni courage, our teachers' courage. It's that courage that transforms the future of our current students and will for future generations of students yet to arrive. By gracing us with your presence tonight, and hopefully some generosity, you have begun to usher in the next era of unparalleled transformation, the next 50 years of Benchmark. Thank you.